Hello everyone. In this video, I'm talking about identities of the past and how they can affect your present. The past is only a perspective. Nothing happens in the past, right? We cannot go back to the past materially because it doesn't exist. The past is only a perspective, a perception, a viewpoint, just like the future is too. The only real time, the only time that we know, the only time that exists is the present time, because this is the time in which we can have, or in the time in which actions and thoughts happen. Actions and thoughts don't happen in the past, actions and thoughts don't happen in the future. We're never materially there in the physical form. We can do other things, but never physically can be in the past or the future. However, this precedent of elements and perspective and personality and everything that we have collected that is in our memory as the past creates patterns that are physical, psychological, physiological, patterns of all kinds, because these are the basis, it's like the backbone of where we stand right now is because of this perception, right? And follow me closely in this point. If the past is only a perspective, it doesn't materially exist, we agree on that. If the past is only a perspective and we are able to change our perspective to whatever we want, we have that right. That's the one thing that we can control is our perception of things. How we perceive it is our choice. Whatever happened, we have no control on, but we have control of how we want to perceive it. That's the one thing that we can manage, right? So if the past is only a perspective that creates patterns, and we have the ability to change our perspective or perception of that perspective, then can we change the past? Yes, of course, because the past is no other than a perception to create patterns. And if we have the ability to change the perception, then the patterns will also change. And as a consequence, we will have changed the past. Yes, I know that we may have not changed the actual event and the memory of the event will remain the same, but in essence, the past is only a perception, so we have actually changed it because it's changing the way it affects us. That's all what the past does. The past doesn't do anything else other than being useless because it's already happened, creates patterns, and if we can change the patterns, then we have already won the battle, right? I want to tell you a story of something that happened to me so you can understand the power of things that we store. Of course, that we all know that collecting subconscious memories and things affects us in many different ways. For many years, I had battled with anger. I didn't know where it would come from, but I would have this rages of just anger that would come to me. I had no idea how to manage it, and I thought, maybe I'm bipolar or something's happening. I had no idea where this was coming from. And through all my healing work, this was one thing that was always there, and I had to do many things to control myself. I practiced asceticism, and I was very strict on my practices of what I eat or what I do and everything so I can control this anger. And one day I had an astral projection. It was a dream, I don't know. It was so vivid. I'm sure it was an astral projection. This was when I was only a few days old. I remember my parents were arguing about the responsibility that I represented. I was just born and they were arguing about this. And my mom was handling me with so much anger because of this argument they were having that I started absorbing all this anger that she had. She was just grabbing me like with hate. And in that moment, in my vision of this place, of this space where I entered, I saw myself coming in the room as this age now. I walked in the room, grabbed the baby from her hands, comforted the baby, which was also me. And, I told the baby everything was gonna be okay, don't worry. Treated the baby as a baby should be treated. And immediately, I felt this release. Finally, this thing that I didn't know where it was coming from, it was gone. It was something that wasn't even mine, but I had absorbed it because it's energy. And energy is what we have in ourselves. We store it there. So we sometimes don't know where things come from. So there are many things that you may not remember that you have absorbed, even from people that were talking next to you and you didn't think you were hearing, or you were not even part of the conversation, but the energy of their conversation, you did absorb it. And you probably have many instances of this that you don't know that you're dealing with. So practice with me this exercise. It's very simple and it will help you feel better in many aspects, not knowing exactly what we're touching, but knowing that we're also touching all the points that need to be addressed. Visualize yourself at every age since you were a baby. You can, mentally think you were 1 day old, you're hours old, then you're 1 year old, 2 years old. Visualize yourself at every age all the way up to now, and hug yourself. Give yourself love. Give yourself any feeling, anything that you would like to tell yourself when you were a baby. Do it now. All the things that you think you're missing, that you would like to feel now, all the love that you think that you're missing, or it's something that you feel like isn't there, go back and hug yourself and tell yourself that you already have it. Feel the presence of yourself comforting yourself at every age, all the way up to now. And when you get to the present time, tell yourself, I'm ready to release everything that is limiting me from being my true self. Everything that is not mine, I let go in this moment. And then visualize again your intention of being your true self, your original persona, without these energies of other people and things that you don't need. Breathe that into your heart center, visualizing a white light. The visualization of white light is the integration of all the chakras and all the lights of the solar spectrum. When they are unified, it becomes white. So we're going to use white light in our heart center 10 times. Breathe in and feel your presence. Feel yourself comforting yourself. And exhale. One more time. Breathe a white light into your heart center. Comfort yourself. Feel your own presence. And exhale. Breathe in. Feel yourself. Comfort yourself. Feel your presence. And exhale. Inhale one more time. Breathe in a white light into your heart center. Feel compassion. Tell yourself that everything is going to be okay. And exhale. Breathe in. Feel yourself. Be aware of yourself. See this white light in your heart center. And exhale. Breathe in one more time. Visualize yourself hugging yourself, comforting yourself, expressing self-love. And exhale. Breathing one more time. See the white light in your heart center, the unification of your being. Comfort yourself, be aware of yourself, and exhale. And one last time. Feel yourself, be aware of yourself, comfort yourself, and exhale. Very good. You can practice this exercise as many times as you need. And every time, I promise you, you may feel better and better and better, because there's so many things that we don't know that we have collected from the past and are limiting us right now, that we don't need. We don't have to continue keeping them. So every time that you become aware of yourself, you release those identities of the past. Very good. See you in the next video.